Cowabunga Ranger Talk, a hybrid Power Ranger Ninja Turtle podcast. Everyone, so it's finally time. Gonna see the Ninja Turtles at the anniversary showing. Let's go. I lost the side, but I could get it back.
This fight? Alright, we got this! Can you team up to save the day?
Watch out, Master Splinter!
Get him, Leo! Order Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles today! From Restoration Games.
Everyone, so the movie just ended. Just came from seeing Ninja Turtles 35th anniversary, the original one, here with an old school original Raphael. Just, I figured it'd be kind of nice as a little detail type thing. So I thought there was gonna be extra scenes, extra this, extra that, and nah, it's pretty much exactly what the movie is. It's a good movie. It's a classic movie. It's fun to watch. I've been seeing some people going to the movies to see it with their family, with their kids, with their grandsons or their sons or whatever. So that's cool. I was hoping for more scenes too, but there wasn't. Funny enough, there was an advertisement for part 2 of the documentary of one of the Ninja Turtle docs, but this one has Eastman and Laird action figures and stuff like that. I think they changed the name of it because I think it was supposed to be like Turtle Power 2 or something like that, but it's a 4-hour cut of the movie, and that has a lot of deleted scenes and a lot of things, which I was hoping they were going to put into just seeing the movie screening now. I mean, I am watching the anniversary one. You figure, oh, the director's cut or something like that, but they didn't do that, which is, a little disappointing, And on this channel, we covered the documentary that was coming, that has been coming. It's been coming for a while now, so I understand that it takes a while to put these things together and the crowdfunding. I mean, it's Ninja Turtles, so how much crowdfunding do you really need to do? But still, that being that, the movie is still great. Still know a lot of the lines, most of the lines of the movie, a lot of fight sequences. It's impressive to see the movie now, too, because you look at it and you're like, wow, they were able to do a lot, considering it was dudes in rubber suits. It also goes to the talents of the Jim Henson studio, that they were able to put this thing together and make the Ninja Turtles look real. I mean, everybody's seen the shot of one of the turtles talking and you see the mouth open with the little eyes coming out, but the dudes in the costume had to see what they were doing. They were really, really beat up, considering on the inside, there's somebody, wearing this prosthetics and animatronics and things like that. So they're wearing these animatronic heads that have a lot of gears and a lot of other stuff on it. Plus they're wearing the shell. Plus they're wearing the bodysuit. Then the bandanas, the wraps, the cushioning, the front of the shell. There's a lot that's happening. And these stunt actors, give them credit because they are talented enough to keep kicking and flipping and jumping and moving, because the turtles are moving around a lot in this movie. which I think is one of the things that makes it a classic. Because you don't appreciate that stuff too much today, because in modern times, most movies are done very CGI. There's not a lot of actual, filming done. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a 3D modeler, so I get what they're doing. I understand for safety reasons for this and that, and maybe even for insurance of the movie, liabilities. They'll do stuff like that, but it's still, for the time, the movie came out in 1990, and they went so hard. I venture to say that in the Ninja Turtles movie, it is the most action-packed superhero movie of this genre, so to speak, at the time. Considering, because in part two, y'all know, things changed up. The family councils and things like that made them put away the weapons and not do this and not do that. But in this one, they're like slapping people around. They're grabbing the sides. There's so many iconic scenes in this freaking movie. Like when April gets slapped by the foot soldier, we have a message for you. Brah! When Raph loses his sai, I could get it back. I could get it back. When even like the funny scenes, this movie was like so good. But yeah, like when they're cutting up the pizza and the pizza falls on top of Splinter's head, that's still funny today. So that still holds up. But my point was, this was the most action-packed movie of its time, considering other superhero movies like Batman. I love Batman '89. I think Michael Keaton is probably the best Batman out there, period. And let's just leave it there. Bale is very good, but he doesn't have, well, for me anyways, because I guess the way you see a movie, it impacts you and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Ninja Turtles had a lot more action than Batman, because Batman was more like the bad guy does something and then Batman kind of like slides away and he's in the shadows and he like moves away. Even in Superman, the original Christopher Reeve Superman, there wasn't as much fight scenes as there is here with the Turtles. Like the Turtles are constantly like kicking or punching or slapping or defending themselves with their weapons. The choreography here was so impressive, and you see it. You really see it. Like the choreography when they're fighting, when Raph is fighting the foot on top of the roof, and then they throw him over the roof, and he falls to the couch where the rest of the Turtles and April are, and they come in and they start destroying the antique shop and things. It is pretty wild, the choreography that they do. Really, it's impressive. But you see the movie and you start thinking to yourself too, the Turtles threw a lot of people off the roof. There's a lot of foot soldiers that get like flipped off that roof. Now, I'm not saying they broke their neck, I know in universe and things, it's a kids movie, whatever, fine. And maybe there's a point to be said, like maybe the Turtles shouldn't be like throwing people, the foot soldiers off the roof, because when Casey and them pull up, there's with Splinter and Danny, there's already a lot of like the foot soldiers laying on the floor. Some of them look like their necks are broken, or it's fun. It's funny, haha, but not funny. Like, just kind of curious, funny, but it is funny how many foot soldiers are laying on the floor, laying on the ground, or laying on the steps of the stairs. It's also interesting seeing the movie now, because you get a couple questions in, like, there's a line mentioning something happened in Japan a few years ago by the police chief, but they never explore it. And I wonder if they wanted to explore that in a sequel, but the sequel had to be really dumbed down or watered down. So there was interesting that. Also, there's not a lot of the evolution of Shredder in this movie, because and it's not a bad thing. It's just because of time. The runtime is pretty tight in this movie. It's not like usual modern day Marvel movie where it's just, oh, we got 3 hours to do it. If we don't do it, we still got like 30 more scenes to fill. We'll get it, or we could put it in deleted scenes. No. Back then the timing, everything was tight, tight, tight. Another little just funny thing, curious thing. I wonder about Danny. They gave him a lot of screen time. A lot of the guy that played Danny and his dad. That's the boss of April. And you gave Danny so much screen time, and I usually don't like when they give the human character or the kid or like the extra character so much screen time, like in Transformers. They gave Shia LaBeouf so much time, and I'm not even saying it's a bad character for Shia LaBeouf, but like you gave a lot of screen time to Shia LaBeouf. It's a Transformers movie. You want to see Optimus Prime. This is a Ninja Turtles movie. You want to see the Ninja Turtles. You don't want to see that much of Danny, even if he's used as a plot point or to advance the story or what have you. But my question too would be, was he going to get mutated in part 2, or was he going to come back for part 2? Because this guy never comes back. So he was used as a one and done. Then you move on to movie 2, and in movie 2, you got Ernie Reyes. So Kino. And Kino was a lot more integral to the sequel, because he knows how to fight, he knows karate, he knows martial arts, he knows this, he knows that. But here, Danny didn't really do anything. He's just like, I don't know, like I guess a tool or just like a punk or something. But that's a couple of things on Danny. Maybe they were gonna try to turn him into Slash or mutate Danny into something else, because you give that much screen time to a character, you gotta be planning in the future. You gotta do something with him. You can't just we had him for having them reasons, there's that. It's still so much fun, even the big scenes, like when the turtles are sitting down and the Splinter comes to them in spirit in the campfire scene when they're out in the woods and stuff, and he still tells his kids that he loves them, and that's for a father, for a kid to hear that from his father, that his father still loves him, even though he's like not physically there. That's still a very emotional point. That still hits today to a lot of people, and it's done very, very well. So there's that, and like I said, the movie is very fun. I was wondering if they would have done a different script for part 2, if the censors hadn't nixed them so hard. We would have found out exactly how Uroku Saki turns into Shredder, because there's a little flashback scene where he gets his face scratched up by Rat Splinter, and then Danny, he's like, oh, but you wear his mark on your brow, and he has the little brow here, the bandana of the Foot Clan, which is fine, but you could have explained more of that. You could have maybe explained Tatsu's role in this whole thing. Maybe Tatsu's the Shredder's new master, and it just seems the other way around, kind of like in Star Wars, oh, this is my Padawan or type thing, like the roles reverse when one supersedes the other. So there could have been something there that I think could have been a lot of fun to explore in the second one. But in the second one is good too. I'm not bashing the second. The Ninja Turtle Secret of the Ooze was good too, but it just feels like there was some disconnect. Oh, this ain't a spoiler because this isn't even known, but before the movie started, this was a fandom thing, and there was a little preview for the Kickstarter for that second documentary that I was talking about, and Steve Barron, I believe is his name, the director. He was like, "Oh, we had like 16 pages of footage. We just couldn't do it because the movie was shot so fast. The movie was done in like I don't like 7 weeks or something. It was like rush filming, like film, fight scene choreography, fight scene for choreography, training, and blocking the scenes out and things. It went pretty fast. It's also interesting because worth noting, Ninja Turtles is the highest grossing, I should say, highest grossing independent film up until the Blair Witch Project, and that's pretty commendable for that the Turtles were able to hold that spot for that long. And that's just a couple of thoughts here on the anniversary, the 35th anniversary of these guys right here, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you get a chance to see it in theaters, go ahead. Final note here, I don't know what it is. This is the second time I see one of these like Ninja Turtle movies in a theater or stuff like that, but I don't know why the concession stand people don't seem to have any pizza, or the ovens are broken. Last month I saw the Mutant Mayhem one, and I did a little review on it for the channel, for the show, the Cowabunga Ranger Talk. But today again, like, how do you see a Ninja Turtle movie without pizza? It's like, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? Like, I don't know. But that's a couple of thoughts there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like I said, if you get a chance to go see the Ninja Turtle movie again, go see it. It is fun to see, especially if you can have like a slice of pizza and a Coke and enjoy it, and really fun times. And I do hope they use this as a template for whatever they're gonna do with the Last Ronin movie, if they do it or if they don't or whatever. Because today, you could probably make better suits. You could talk to the Jim Henson Studios about making the last. Because if we're doing a Last Ronin movie and it's just like, spoiler, it's Michelangelo. But if you're just doing Michelangelo beating up a bunch of foot soldiers for 2 hours, you don't need to make a million costumes, and you don't even see the body of Michelangelo. You just see the turtle head and the wraps and the clothes, and he's hanging on to his brother's weapon. So I don't think the costumes are impossible to make in live action. Like I said, with modern technology, you could probably make more breathable fabrics or plastics or stuff to really like do something with the Last Ronin, but try to keep it more live action. The Michael Bay movies, I think they really missed their mark because they were not just because they were so gigantic compared to the foot soldiers, because they're like twice the size of the foot soldiers in the Michael Bay movies, but they're just like so CGI. This is supposed to be about 4 turtles and a rat fighting foot soldiers. They're the showpiece. It loses something when like you're so CGI'd and like, oh no, this is the camera throwing something at you so we can watch the digital cut. Oh no, watch it in 3D or the D box or whatever. But those are a couple of thoughts. Thanks, and until next time, bye.